Hello and welcome to September Magic's YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I explore a particular theme when I'm doing my bullet journaling, and I'm going to also take you through my process of planning and designing my weekly pages. These weekly spreads are going to be for the month of August, and I have chosen a bird theme for this month, and I'm going to show you how I plan different pages. So before I show you how I design my weeklies, I'm going to share with you my process of thinking when I'm exploring a theme. Now, for every month that I have done in my bullet journal, I have assigned a page for brain dump or a page for spread planning. Now, this page is particularly to put down all the ideas that come into my mind. It's not necessary that I'll use all the ideas, but I always like to put down everything on paper so that I have a visual in front of me. So I'm going to take you to my page. This was my July spread planning page, since it was a Harry Potter themed month. So I drew some dirigible plums and I left some space around it so that I have space to write down all the ideas that I have in my head. So here what I did was I tried a few themes, but I ended up liking the bird theme for my August pages. So what I did was I wrote down all the things that I could think of when thinking of birds. So when I think of birds, I think of birds on trees, birds among flowers, bird houses, bird cages, origami birds, bird bath, and things like that, you know. And so I wrote down everything that I could, but then I just hit a barrier and I could not think any further. So that's when I go on to Google and I look for images on birds. So I just type in the word birds and go into Google Images and start scrolling. So what happens is it shows you everything that is closely or remotely related to the word birds. So it is amazing what all it can bring up when you look for it. So when I started looking on Google, I found images of Angry Birds and Pokemon birds, and that's when I realized that birds could also mean cartoon birds. So I thought it would be fun to use them in some way or the other, but otherwise if I just draw realistic birds, it's going to become really boring for me. So that was one, and then I also found wallpapers with bird designs, which I found was really pretty and interesting. I put it down so that I can think about it later. I also saw some images with silhouettes of birds flying against the setting sun, so I put that too. And then I started thinking, what other than birds? Now, what other words are associated with birds? So I thought of feathers. So feathers, of course, when you think of feathers, I think of this ink pot with a feather in it. So you put that down, and then you think of dream catchers with feathers, things like that. Whatever comes to your head when you think of those words. So that's how you explore a theme. Whatever theme it is, don't just stick to what they literally suggest, or what they literally mean. What happens is, for a theme like Harry Potter, you have so many visual images that you can put to use, and so many different ideas and objects that you have in the movie and the books. You can make a whole year with the same theme. But when it comes to ordinary themes like birds or seashells or beaches or whatever it is, or some flower, the options are very limited. So you have to think a little more. I'll show you what I mean by it. So when I did my June with my daisy spread, I was like, I had hit a dead end like really fast, because all I could think of was daisies, like the flower daisy, and of course I thought of the word daisy, as well as I could think of bicycles with daisies in it, you know, with a basket in it and daisies in it. So that was it. But then I started thinking out of the box, like where else can I put the flower? So then I thought of you know, making little shoes with daisies on it. And then I found a picture of a cupcake with daisy toppings on it. And also I found like a little vase with daisies in it. So these are different things you can explore. And then when I saw the cupcake with the daisy topping, I immediately thought of making a spread on recipes, you know, which I had tried during lockdown. And when I started writing them, I finished the page, and then I had more to write. So I didn't know what to put on the next page. So I thought of making a little jar with daisies on it, and like a lemonade jar, and with a straw and all. And I just continued the page here. So that's how you explore a theme. Don't just think of the word literally, think of it in different scenarios, on different objects, you know, in different, like think of random things with the theme. So for instance, when you think of seashells, it doesn't have to be just seashells on the beach. It could be like a seashell garland, you know, it could be seashell earrings, it could be a necklace with seashells. So that's in short how you explore a particular theme. Now once you have explored the theme or written down everything that comes to your mind when you think of birds or the theme in question, then the next thing to do is write down all the pages that you want in your in a particular month. So here I've written like pages I want. I've written down everything that I could think of. Of course you can add more, you know, remove a few later on. It's quite flexible as such, but then once you have it in front of you, you can easily plan it. Then the next thing that I do is I color coordinate the two. So I write down what I want for my monthly, what I want for my sleep tracker, what I want for my expense tracker, and things like that. In that way I have sort of a visual flat plan for my layouts. When I saw the month of August, I realized that there were 6 weeks in the month of August. So what I thought of was have 6 different habitats with 6 different birds, and that way I could have like one habitat for 1 week. So the next thing I did was, I love painting and I like to have a big collection of artwork. So all I did was I painted a few birds on watercolor paper using my watercolor pencils, and then I scanned it and I printed it on sticker paper. So I'm going to use these in my weeklies. So I have like penguins in a snowy region. I have an eagle and a wren in a desert region. I have ducks in a pond or a wetland kind of a habitat, and then I have pelicans and seagulls near the ocean. I have woodpecker and cardinal. These two are going to go together. I wanted each week to look a little different. I made it on one paper and then I split it. So this is like all the temperate forests, and then this is the tropical forest, and so there it is. So now I'm going to design my weeklies, and I'm going to fast forward it a bit so that you can see all the entire process, and you're not here forever. So let's get started. have like 100 colors here, and I have put them all on the back of my book where with numbers, and I've labeled all my pens, so I know exactly what number is what shade, because some of them are so close that it's hard to differentiate between each. So now I have given each one of them numbers, and that way I can recognize which pen is of what shade. In order to choose a color combination for any spread of mine, I go onto Pinterest and I type the word color palette. Sometimes I have to be a little bit more specific. For example, for my tropical spread, I just typed tropical forest color palette and I found 100 options, out of which I chose this particular one. Then I went into my brush pens. Now, because I've created a color swatch at the back of my journal, I easily go onto my color swatch page, and I look for the colors which are closest to the color palette that I am using. I only needed 5 colors, and the color palette that I found on Pinterest had 6, so I just eliminated 1 color and I used the other 5. After creating the top portion of this page, I realized that I did not like it, so I covered it up with a scrap paper that I had saved when I made the Dutch doors in the previous month. So because this scrap paper is from the same journal, it doesn't look out of place. So there you go. I finished creating the weekly pages for the month of August. Here is a final flip through. You'll notice that I have left a few blank pages in between. The reason is that we are designing August pages in the month of July. So just in case there are some events that I cannot predict right now, then I can write it down here on those blank pages. If not, then I can always use these blank pages to write an inspirational quote or the lyrics of a song, or draw something on it, and that way it will make my journal look more decorative. Now I am going to share with you the rest of the pages whenever I do it in some form or the other. So stay tuned, and till then, happy journaling and have a good day.